Welcome back to Destiny Mandate.
Hello,
episode
stream.
26,921.
No, it's 35.
He does
So
that
35.
every time. Have you not
I
realized
think
that?
34 if you don't include the Halloween episode.
Every
Yeah, true.
single time we start,
That one
Patty says,
counts.
"Hey, welcome back to."
I have a spell scroll
episode."
from that
It
episode
throws
that
out
I
his
will
stupid
use.
Episode 1.
No.
And then Sam usually is like right behind him, being like, actually, it's episode.
Alright, so last time, the GLJ leaped out of the window with an unmatched determination, landing amidst the shadowy figures and launching an immediate attack. The commotion echoed through the night, drawing the attention of Wheat, who sprinted out of the kitchen and released a crackling bolt of lightning across the field, lighting up the chaos. From above, Orin, Tumbly, and Valera followed GLJ's lead, vaulting out the window to join the fray. The cultists, however, were prepared. One of them invoked a deadly spell, Hunger of Hadar, summoning writhing void of darkness and cold to ensnare the three. With quick thinking and deft movements, they evaded the trap, retaliating with a barrage of attacks. The tide of battle shifted as the party overwhelmed their foes, quickly taking down one cultist. GLJ then swiftly ensnared the second one with a well-placed net, securing the threat. Just as victory seemed near, a third cultist emerged from the shadow, their forms splitting into illusionary copies of each other with the mirror image spell. The illusion created confusion, but Orn unleashed a fury of magic missiles, striking true, dealing significant damage. The battle reached its crescendo when Valera, seizing the opportunity, cast Sleep, sending the third cultist into an enchanted slumber. With the immediate danger neutralized, the party bound the two surviving cultists, their mission a success. The night had tested their resolve, but the group stood victorious. And that's what happened last time.
Wild.
So here you guys are in the middle of this field that has scorch marks from lightning and fire breath. And you have these two tied up cultists.
I thought we killed one.
Yeah, we
And
did
they're-
kill one.
Okay.
Can I collect the dead body?
I think with all the fray going on, your dad, Ezra, runs outside. He's all, "What's going on?
We got him.
Who are these guys?"
Not sure, but we'll find out.
As I shove him in my bag of holding.
The dead body?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dead body.
Yeah, just one of the dead bodies. Or there was only one dead body. So.
Yeah, there's a dead body and two tied up cultists. One of them is sleeping, the other one is just probably gagged.
So, wait, so we're, okay, hold on. I was about to talk in Orn, now I'm not talking in Orn. So we're at GLJ's house, right? In his basement?
No, we're still in the field.
We're in
They
the,
either
we're
go
going.
outside in the field,
Okay, so
because
we are
just
in the
tied
field.
up the guys.
Let's take him to my dad's basement.
I was just thinking the same thing, GLJ.
Assuming we've already gagged and blindfolded them. If not, we'll start with that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, they're unconscious right this second, but
I'll carry one
Okay.
for us back. You know, being big.
Hell yeah.
I'll enlarge and pick one up too. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I don't wanna
Orn
do
would
that.
never.
Orn would never. I'm just trying to show off in front of my girlfriend.
Could Orn even lift one? What's his strength score?
Well, I could enlarge.
would it be easier to just make one smaller than carry them well smaller?
Yeah, but guys, I'm not doing it, guys. I was just trying to show off in front of my girlfriend.
Since when are you dating Tumbly?
For real, Tumbly
True,
would
true, true,
never.
True.
We thought about it for a little bit, but I can't
We
force
can't
our
see it.
characters. Yeah.
Orn's gotta be better with the Riz and knock it off with the tears.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's capable.
And Tumbly's got to be nice to him.
Yeah, and I don't think she's capable.
No. This is my outlet. Just kidding.
Maybe it'll be one of those enemies to lovers kind of a deal.
Ooh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, you like that idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I do.
I love that idea. So anyways, you guys pick up these cultists and you sling them over your shoulder. I think Ezra lets you know that he'll let everyone in the tavern know that everything's safe, that the threat's been neutralized, and that the heroes kept everyone safe.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys kind of walk across town. It's dark, it's quiet, and like the cultists have not waken up yet. And like by the time you make it to the basement, this is where your father, Eldrick, keeps some of his weapons. There's lots of storage down here. It's very, it's giving like basement vibes, like basement soldier vibe.
Does anyone have a way of making it dark? Like super dark?
Well, we could just not turn on the lights.
It is a basement.
True. And we can blindfold them too.
Why is it dark?
Scary.
Valera can do like fog cloud to set an ambience.
Yeah, alright.
That
I'll string up the dead body.
We'll use some chairs. We'll take some chairs from upstairs down and chain them to the chairs.
Should I go get Brutus?
Good idea. He's scary.
Okay. I'm gonna go get Brutus real quick, but we don't have to like talk about it. I could just go do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
okie dokie. I think you just put your key in like a closet door, open it up, go in, grab your dog, and then come back.
Yeah, just like a quick cutscene and I'm back.
Just open the door. Just Brutus.
Brutus,
I
come
mean,
here.
technically that would be enough to work, and he would probably come.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just do that. I'm gonna open the door. I'm just be like, Brutus. And he's gonna.
I think from like upstairs, you can hear a bark. Then you hear him tear down the stairs so fast it almost sounds like he falls.
Oh
And
god.
he's out through the door.
Oh god, sorry guys, I forgot. He's okay, I'm gonna try to get him contained.
He is very much so happy boy. Like he's doing like the tail wag so hard that his whole ass is shaking.
Okay, I might take him outside to get some energy out.
Can you make him scarier?
Me?
Yeah.
He's ready to be scary very soon.
Let me.
He is being very cute right now. That's not what we want.
I understand, thank you. Hold on. I'm gonna take him outside, get some of that happy energy out, because it's been a minute since I've had him leave the house. So he might be a little bit scared too, so I'm just gonna let him know everything's okay outside, get him kind of chilled, so that I can get him focused.
Oh yeah. I think you take him outside. Like the first thing he does is he runs into the brook and like laps up some of the water.
Mm-hmm.
He does that thing where he runs around you and like super happy, and then he's like under control, sort of.
Okay. Okay. Alright. Do you want to enlarge him? Make his bark bigger?
Well, I
This is
can
a giant blink dog.
do thaumaturgy to make his bark bigger. Are we?
Is there anything else we want to do before we do that?
Yeah, I guess I could enlarge him.
Well, let's see if there's anything else anybody else wants to do before we get him all set.
Yeah.
We gotta
okay.
wake him up, you know.
So plan right now is to enlarge him. Is if there's anything else we can do, if anyone else has something that like makes Brutus scary, we can think about that too.
I'm looking at the
Do,
dice.
Can I look around and see if there's any like, would there be like spare armor down here?
Definitely, like, it's a lot of misstacked pieces and whatnot, so, like, you see, like, some shoulder plates over here, like a half-finished chest guard over there. There's plenty of different weapons on the wall.
Any chain shirts?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
definitely. And I think
Okay.
you guys would notice that there's two mannequins that, like, look like they should be wearing full sets of armor, but they're not. Those mannequins' armor is on GLJ and Eldrick right now.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna walk over to just any of the, like, any decent piece of, like, chest armor.
Yeah, and you
Grab
grab
that.
it relatively quickly, like a
Okay,
chains
yeah.
shirt.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk over and hand it to GLJ, and I'll say, you should put this on him,
Which
Mine
one?
is basically
whichever one you want to talk to.
Okay. Why?
You have
It'll
to
help.
know.
I'm supposed to have.
Okay. So GLJ will briefly unchain one and from the chair and put the chain shirt on the cultist.
Interim for a brief DM question.
Yes.
Does this prevent him from casting spells in the same way that it would if I put that shirt on?
He is a warlock. Wearing a
Warlocks are only proficient in light armor.
yeah. I almost think it would. Not to mention the fact that his hands are tied. He's only got one spell where he just speaks.
So the chain shirt should be medium armor, I think.
Yeah.
And rules as written, if a spellcaster is wearing armor that they are not proficient in, they cannot cast any spell.
That I think, yeah. Those spells for the warlocks.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's something we would know.
Cracking out.
I feel like I've done this before. Even if I don't really remember doing it, you know, it's like riding a bike, right?
The memory is there. Or the idea.
I know that, we do
Muscle
plan to
memory.
probably hurt him, but I don't know if this chain shirt is going to make much of a difference. He's tied up.
I think. Actually, what's the in-universe explanation for why that happens?
I think
Too heavy. That's why it's like, it should also be the case that if a wizard is restrained, they're just incapable of casting spells.
Well, but like some spells only have a vocal
Right.
component.
But they don't say if you're wearing armor, you can only cast vocal components.
No.
They just say you can't cast any.
So what's okay, hold on.
Okay,
I got something.
you know how like fairies can't touch cold iron? What if it's something similar to that, like where if you're encased in iron or something similar, that like it just blocks out your magic?
Yeah. Okay.
Like, does that make sense? Is that a reach?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, cool. Well, that's the explanation now.
Alright. I'm gonna turn toward GLJ. Well, the armor around them, it stops magic from flowing very well. So
Really?
it should help.
But
Yeah.
I have no problem casting spells with my armor on.
Your
It's
magic
just
is so
Zerafor is so cool. It's probably because Zerafor is so cool.
Sure. Sure. Whatever.
Yeah, I can't find anything.
I like how the girls are always like, yeah, okay.
But they're always like, you believe what you want.
You are doing so
Fire at
good,
each other.
buddy.
Oh yeah, there it is. It just says casting an armor. You must have training with any armor you are wearing to cast spells. While wearing it, you are otherwise too hampered by the armor for spell casting.
Oh my god, this armor is overwhelming.
The
You're just getting
rule was like, we
overstimulated
also
in your armor.
don't care why.
Okay.
This chest plate
So
is
much so you
heavy.
can't concentrate on casting your spell. That's so funny.
It just,
Wizards are such bitches.
they just all are kind of claustrophobic, and it gives them a panic attack.
That's why you guys don't wear armor.
You can't. It blocks the magic.
I always thought that was for style and fashion.
Well, in that case, we'll go ahead and GLJ will take off his chest piece and put it on the other cultists, so they're both armored.
Should we quick save?
Nice. And they're both still out, so if you guys want to do anything else before waking them up, now's the time.
So,
Are there any, like, markers or maybe ink pens nearby?
Oh, definitely.
I could learn
Okay.
the fear spell if we're trying to spook
I-
them real bad.
I have fear,
Yeah, we can do that.
like, once a day.
Orn, take that body out of the bag.
Oh, I strung them up.
Oh, it's strung up.
It's strung. Okay, yeah. Let me describe that. I strung them up on the ceiling above the chairs.
Okay.
God.
Good job. Good job.
All right.
I mean, why are we thinking about the fear spell? I feel like that would be
Wow.
We got a
All right.
big ass dog. We got a dead body. Their friend.
Trust me, this is better.
They're gonna be overstimulated in their armor so they can't do magic.
Can we
Like, we're literally creating an anxiety attack for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
before
funny.
I put their armor on them, I would like to have taken like their robes off and searched their bodies and then put the armor on.
Okay, I wish I had loot for them. I didn't make loot. Give me a second.
What are you doing?
Mostly looking for like notes, spellcasting focuses.
Ooh, you do notice one thing. Those daggers that they were using are completely gone.
Oh, interesting. Psychic daggers, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
we
makes
love
sense.
we love psychic daggers in our warlocks.
we would just in sort of like a mental warfare way. Weed's gonna go draw like a little cat nose and some whiskers on both of them.
That's hilarious.
Also looking for whatever they were using to poison us.
Upon seeing Wheat draw cat whiskers on them, can Orn take out his pen and draw a dick on them?
Go for it.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Listen, it's really hard to be imposing and proper or scary if you've got like Sharpie all over your face.
Mm-hmm.
What is Sharpie?
It's the ink name. Made by the
Alright.
Mr. Sharpie.
The items that you find are all listed in the chat.
Mr. Sharpie.
Okay. I want that ash.
He's cracking out.
Does anybody want the scroll of hunger of Hadar?
I mean, I can use scrolls.
Yeah, are you gonna be able to learn that spell?
I think I might.
Alright, you take that.
I think as a necromancer you would be able to.
Let me see him.
Yeah, that's very much your kind of spell.
With the
Might be
milky
warlock
acid and
only,
everything.
but yeah, technically it's warlock only. But I mean, if Sam's gonna let me, I'll take it.
Because you're doing shadow-related magic and necromancy, I would let you take it.
All right.
I'm gonna take that
Because I'm
vial of
definitely.
hallucination poison because I'm going to give it to them.
You're gonna make them trip balls? Let me get my hallucination list out. Give me 1 second.
Make them trip balls while under a zone of truth while being interrogated. Good luck. Good luck lying. That's why LSD was made in the first place, was as an interrogation drug by the military.
True.
Yeah, tell my sister that emotion. I mean,
And
that's not
it's hard to lie on acid.
Yeah. LSD is
Oh. Yeah, my sister took it and gained emotions one time.
Nice.
My mom backed it up on
Oh
Christmas.
yeah, I know.
remember?
Yeah.
My mom was like, "Yeah, no, she after that acid trip, she cried."
Uh huh.
Acid like once.
I did acid once, yeah.
I'm scared. That's what I've been up with you about.
It's not worth it, no. I don't suggest doing acid for the first time with people that you don't really like at like 8 p.m. right before the sun goes down.
Wait, didn't you do it in your treehouse and then you told your parents and that's why they sent you away to like church camp?
That's not why they sent me away, but I'm,
It could be related.
no, my mom did not tell my dad.
Really.
Yeah.
Are you saying that like you had to like you were in the treehouse when it happened?
Yeah.
With Roy, right? Roy and Devin.
No. I wish. I was with Michael Bacafer
Oh.
and, yeah, and,
Rest in peace, Buck.
some guy named Keelan, some other guy named Keese.
These names don't even sound real.
Dude, for real.
I forgot you were like really close to Michael because you both were like selling drugs.
I wouldn't
We're
like to say I was
live streaming.
close to Michael, but yeah, I was one of Michael's few friends.
Yeah. I was the other
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
We're live
Both
streaming.
dealers, we get it.
He went down a wrong path.
Dealer. Such a strong
Patty,
word.
Patty sells drugs and then gets offended when I call him a drug dealer.
He was not a drug dealer.
He wasn't-
I paycheck on weed and then sell them
He was-
enough of that weed to just keep my car running.
Yeah.
And then I got sent to
And
one.
what would you have kept doing? You would.
He was on the beginning path. He was making buddy with the drug dealers so that he had access. And then he honestly, I think Patty would have started selling bongs, not drugs, because he had a 3D printer
Yeah.
that
That's true. Well, that didn't go very well.
I only almost burnt down my kitchen. I mean,
Yeah, that wasn't a good sign.
trying to boil acetone on a gas stove. Yeah, with Eli Ball.
this was so long ago.
Yeah. That was the weekend before I got sent away. They didn't even know.
Of all the things they didn't know about, I really wonder,
The reason I should have got that.
like, all of the things that your parents were completely unaware of are decent reasons to think about sending your kid to a program. What did they
Right, I was like,
actually know about you?
I also want to know what the spell was. What was
When you went to your like little confession mode where you were like, I'm so sorry, I'll stop doing all these things, they were probably like, Jesus.
Literally. They literally were like, Jesus, please take the wheel.
Oh my god.
They had no idea that I was stealing money from them until I admitted it at the ranch.
Oh, that is. Why would you do that?
They noticed myself. They admitted that they thought that Roy took it, and I was like, yeah, I don't know, sounds like Roy.
Wow.
Even though it was definitely me.
Wow. Does sound like Roy though.
The more you confessed, the more they were probably like, oh yeah, okay, we should have done this.
You just justified their positioning.
Which, like, they were so wrong. But the more you talked, I'm sure the more they were like, oh, thank God.
Okay, before we wake them up, right before they wake them up, we make them up, I want to cast Zone of Truth, so I assume they have, like, disadvantage, or at least maybe they even automatically fail the check against Zone of Truth.
Is there, like, can I just, like, look them over?
Yeah.
Give them, like, look at everything real close and see if there's anything that I recognize, any symbols, any, like,
Ooh.
does the way that they were dressed indicate anything that I might know
Dress.
of or
Did
have
we
a
take
history
off their
with?
clothes?
Do me a favor and roll an Arcana check for me.
Yeah. Let me swap that out.
I'm putting just
I
some
have to
question
go open up
ideas in the chat
secret
if anybody
after
wants to
this.
send
Fine.
question ideas, just so we kind of know in advance. Add D4 to that. I'll give you
Oh.
points.
We
Add a
honestly
D4.
could take off their clothes.
Let
That
me
would
find
be like
the dice.
terrifying.
I got a 19.
Perfect. I think
Why are you cracking out?
while while GLJ had taken off the robes and started searching them, and before he put the armor on, you noticed something strange. Like their skin was shifting. Like it looked like almost like something was concealing something. But I think as you look closer, you see a tattoo that contains a dark, swirling vortex with strange, like almost like tentacles emanating from the center. Like representing like a union of the material plane and like other dimensions. So it's like this tattoo moves, but it's definitely disguised to look like regular skin.
What about the dead one? Does the tattoo also animate on that one?
Did you take off his clothes and when you strung him to the ceiling?
Yes. There. Okay. Hold on. So let's make this clear. We took their clothes off.
Yeah. They are
So-
naked, wearing armor. What, their dead friend is naked, dangling from
This is horrifying. Yeah, he's naked. Yeah.
Tiamat, like, oh, my son, bravo.
This is so funny. Yes, the dead one would also have the swirling and shifting skin.
Okay.
Funny enough, if you guys had examined Solomon's body, I've had these tattoos since then.
Oh, Solomon had those tattoos, huh?
Yes, he did. So it's right in the center of their back.
Damn, we should have gotten Solomon naked too. Wait, no, Solomon was a kid, right? He was like 8. He was like 17.
Yeah, he was like a teenager.
So
Can
no,
I-
leave him clothed.
I feel like I don't, even though I see it, I don't feel like I know what it is at all. So I think my first reaction would be to kind of poke it.
Nothing
Because
really
I mean, like-
happened other than like more like Arcana check. Like now you can see it like a little more clearly, and it really is like this dark vortex of like moving tentacles that like move across their back.
Don't worry, I can cut that out and dry it like a piece of leather and turn it into a scroll. What?
What?
I'm putting questions in the chat
Oh.
of like things we should ask them.
Oh, okay.
Just to
I just thought like a dark
prepare.
entity was like.
Alright, I'm gonna get the dog start barking. If you
Yeah, so
wanna.
right
Dog
before
starts
we'll let the dog bark to wake him up, but right before we do that, I will cast Zone of Truth, and well, I'll put the rest of hallucination poison down each of their throats, then cast Zone of Truth.
You're gonna just start with that?
Well, let's just do it with one of them. Let's just do it one of them.
You know, GLJ, I think it would be easier if we injected it directly into their bloodstream.
What if I'm gonna stop you physically with your hands real quick,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, how about we wait
Okay.
on that, and we talk to them first.
You can charge it now.
Cool, thank you. And I'm gonna put it in my pocket. Like, how about we wait on that? How about we talk to them first, and if they don't talk, then we can use that. Or maybe even if they do talk, just for fun, we can see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, then I'll cast Zone of Truth. Observer, speak truth.
Is it? Oh, it's a con save. They're both gonna roll with disadvantage.
Well, that's, no, it's charisma for Zone of Truth. But they will, I assume they have disadvantage because
They do.
they're unconscious.
Sorry, I'm casting
Oh, yeah, they
Thaumaturgy
both know.
and Enlarge on Brutus.
Yeah, I'm gonna start grinching on him. You know
I
how
can
Grinch
already
does.
guarantee you, without a doubt, that they lost. Yeah, a 10 and an 8 don't beat a 15.
Yep.
So they are compelled to tell the truth.
Hell yeah. Damn right they are. Okay, and then we make a very large Brutus bark.
Yeah, I'm gonna just start doing like, you know that Grinch meme where it's like your mom tells you don't
The
rile
dog?
up the dog and then you rile up the dog. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna get him louder and louder and louder.
Honestly, I think it worked exactly like how you want it to.
Nice.
And he's big and he's huge. And I think
Very
that
loud.
with the final barks, the cultists kind of start to wake up, and like you can kind of see that they're coming to. And like the first one asks, he's like, "Where are we?"
You're in
Oh.
for the worst night of your life.
You're in my domain now. We should have
I
planned
think the
that.
lyrics the room.
Huh?
You know, taking us and killing us isn't going to do anything for you.
That's why we didn't do it.
It actually would do something for us, though. Not even lying.
I mean, I
Like,
guess-
I'm in the zone of truth.
I guess it would be kind of satisfying.
Well, that's too bad. That only works for people who give information.
Fuck.
I think you're gonna be those people. What were you doing today?
Taking a stroll.
I'm gonna look at GLJ. Be like, could you hit him real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, can I do something to the other one?
The other one is like still kind of coming to, and he's like eyeing Brutus, and like his mouth is like sealed shut as he's like looking at Brutus.
I just scratch him.
Wait, did you tell Brutus to scratch him?
No, I scratch him. As Orn. Just like a little scratch across his cheek.
I hit the other one.
Ooh, yeah, I'm pumped up.
Physical violence isn't gonna get you anywhere.
Oh, this is just the start. Who sent you?
And he turns his head away, and he spits out like the blood in his mouth. And the other cultist looks at him, almost like trying to communicate, and he like purses his lips.
Maybe we should cut their lips off.
Then they
People-
can't talk.
People can speak
Yeah,
without
they can
lips,
pronounce
right?
anything.
We can start with the fingers.
Fingers? I say we cut off their fingers and then make them eat them.
You want to do cuz?
I have an axe
She has an axe.
and a dog.
Woof!
Why don't you stop wasting your time and just kill us?
Can I just cast Cause Fear on both of them real quick?
Sure.
Okay.
He's standing when you do this.
You'll need a second level spell slot to get both of them.
Yeah.
Like, it's very critical to
If
know where you
I-
guys are all standing.
I'm sorry, wait, what?
I just need to know where you're all standing in the room when you're gonna cast this spell. Like, are you guys in front of them, to the side, behind?
Me and Brutus are kind of like where the stairs are. Like I have
Okay.
him in the stairway, so then the bark can sound louder.
I just scratched one.
So you're
I think
right.
we're
I feel
gonna
like
And
I'm
Gio
fine.
did just scratch or punch one.
I think GLJ and Orin are standing right in front of them, but I'm back further off a little bit.
Okay, like, kind of behind them?
If you give us a warning before you cast it, we can get out of the way.
It's not. It just needs to be someone she can see. It's not like an enemy.
It's not fear, it's cause fear.
It's cause fear.
Okay, because fear is a 30-foot cone.
No,
Cause
I'm
fear is
casting
target.
Cause Fear.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and do that.
If I upcast it to get a second target, could I upcast it again and potentially have 3 targets, but just not use the third target? Or do
Sure.
I have to use the third target if I upcast it twice?
I almost feel like you would have to use the third target. You can make Orm real scared.
Is there like a rat, perhaps, running around?
Are you
Yeah.
out of second level spell slots?
Perhaps. I'm close.
How many sorcery points do you have?
Your sorcery.
Not-
Yeah.
Not too many.
If you have all of them, you haven't used a single one today. It says you have 5 out of 6, but I don't think you've used one today.
I have
Used subtle?
Oh yeah, you settled the spell. Is that what it was?
at least one.
Just use your second level spell slot.
Hey, you could try
Every other second level spell you have, you can cast easily.
Fair enough. So is there?
Or we could do
No
it one
rat.
at a time and just use first level spell.
I don't know why you would waste a third level spell slot, but you could just use a second. You can use a third level spell slot for every single one of your second level spells just as fine.
I mean, kind of, except for one of them, but that's fine. Yeah. Okay. I'll just use the second level slot. And I can only cast Cause Fear once, so I can't just double up.
No, you can.
Well, we
You
could
want
do
free
one for
cast.
1 minute and then the other for another minute.
You get one free cast.
Yeah. Okay.
Any other cast requires a spell slot, and upcasting it will require a spell slot.
That's fair. You know, actually, yeah. Okay. I'll just cast it on the one that's fully awake right now.
Alright.
Send it in the chat so she can read it.
Yeah. Which button is that?
Check on it itself.
Now, I'm gonna say this, and I need you guys not to hate me. After all that discussion, as you cast the spell weed, you
Don't
watch
worry.
the tattoo on the back shift and change, and nothing happens.
Hmm.
Mm. So can I tell that they're unaffected by my zone of truth then?
They are affected by your zone of truth.
Just
and,
not the frightened.
Actually, does zone of truth does it count as charmed or frightened?
No.
Yeah, then they're affected by zone of truth, which is why I had them roll.
Okay.
So they're
they're
elves.
immune. They're immune to charm and frighten.
I know they got these cool matching tattoos that give them cool things.
Oh, okay. So they're not elves. It's because of the tattoo. Okay.
It's because of the tattoo.
With my 19, looking at those tattoos, can I tell whether the magic is just like manifesting as a tattoo, or whether it is physically like coming from, like being exuded by the
Magic
tattoo?
of manifesting into a tattoo. Like whatever
I can't-
happens, or
I can't just like
they-
cut it off.
Yeah, it's like something that is flowing through them, and that's where it's kind of showing.
I mean, I could do like a live surgery and then like follow it.
I think it's everywhere. I think it'll show up on any remaining part of them.
You know, if these cultists aren't worth anything good, you might as well cut them open.
Yeah, we
Maybe
might
not
as
yet.
well just start doing it the old-fashioned way. They start getting out needles.
And the second cultist, the one who's not really said much, he like looks down at his feet. And the first one like is definitely determined to stay strong in his resolve. You can torture us all you want. We're not gonna slip up.
I'm just gonna move to like put the gag back in that one's mouth, and kind of turn his chair away from the other one, so he's just looking at a wall. And I'm just gonna go talk to the other one now, for a minute. Why were you guys here?
Please just kill us instead.
I am.
Oh,
Answer.
please just kill us instead. He
Gilge.
stops himself.
Gilge, can you hold his hand down?
Mhm.
Give me one of his fingers.
I hold his finger up.
I put the needle in between his fingernails and I start jamming it into his finger. But
He
I'm
screams
really
out.
careful not to fuck with the bone. It's like really it's like in his skin.
He cries out in pain. The others will do a lot worse than this.
What others?
And you can see his eyes flash with a little bit of worry.
I like lift up the needle and like rip his skin.
And he like almost like spits out in pain. He winces. Please just, if you're not gonna kill us, just don't do this.
Oh no, I enjoy this.
We might not kill you if you help us.
My life
Otherwise,
is forfeit.
I don't want to kill you. I'm gonna be honest. It'll be hard for me to convince the rest of them not to kill you. But if you give us useful information, that'll give me something to work with.
You don't understand.
What don't I understand? Help me understand.
you kill us or not.
Oh.
Dude,
So we've exceeded our use.
is it because of this weird tattoo magic going on with you? You're a ticking time bomb? You're just gonna drop dead?
And the other guy in the chair, he's like freaking out and like wiggling and whatnot, and he's glaring. Like he's trying to whip his head back and glare at the second cultist. We made our deals to get our power.
I could break your deal, set you free of it.
You really couldn't.
No, personally, I couldn't, but my God might if you help me. I'm very important to him, and those who help me are also very important to him.
Very humble, GLJ.
I am important, sir.
Can I now take the needle and put it into one of his joints?
I think he screams out in pain again, and he starts wiggling underneath the chair, and he starts to say something in abyssal.
Okay, well,
Say this chant. You notice, Wheat in particular, that his tattoo, the tentacles start to become longer as he's continuing to speak this chant.
I'm gonna grab around the top of his. Oh,
so it's not concentration, so I think I can cast
Nope.
it.
yeah, you got it.
So what
Yeah.
you hear him saying is basically a spell saying, I am relinquishing my power, you may take my life. I am
Someone,
returning what I owe to you.
Someone quiet him.
I'm gonna just reach just around the top of his mouth and hold his jaw shut.
He tries to bite you.
I guess technically that's not a lie. Like, if you're just like... So
Yeah.
basically, if he said that he's relinquishing his life to another person, you know, classic stuff.
And I think for everyone here now, the arcane barrier that made it look like just regular skin has now completely dropped, and those tentacles are now sort of wrapping around his body. Like one is close to snaking around his neck, there's a few that are snaking around his chest. They haven't quite completely wrapped up yet, but it looks like it had you let him go any further, the tentacles would have swallowed him whole.
Maybe we should, hear me out on this one, folks.
Listening.
Remove curse? Like, do you think he willingly cursed himself?
Now I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think when you make a warlock pact, that's you accepting a curse or making a deal?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, kind of.
Kinda. I don't.
Where'd that book go?
I don't.
What was... Well, I think that's a more complicated question than just, like, black and white. Like, what was the nature of the oath or the pact?
Yeah, I think it's situational. Also, I don't have remove curse.
I can get remove curse. I would just need a minute. But
Not me running to Reddit, because Reddit has answers for everything.
another thing we could do is I could learn charm person.
Well,
Okay, so
But yeah, they're immune to charm, right? Because they're immune to fright.
a warlock pact, because curses is something that's unwillingly obtained, where pacts are made by willing and binding deal agreements.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we literally okay. So we have to let him write, and that's the only way they can answer us.
You speak in Abyssal again, I'll cut your fucking hand off. And then I'll let him go.
Well, hold on. Put it back. Go back, GLJ. I don't think that would help. He's trying to off himself, you know?
Do you have detect thoughts?
If it's on the spell list, it's not currently in my spell book. But I do have a feature where I can get a spell. So
How long would that take, though?
I think it's 1 minute of meditation.
Why can't I just cast Zone of Truth on somebody and then they answer my questions?
Because you got cultists who have really bad deals where if they fuck up, things could be really bad for them.
Things are gonna be bad for them if they don't tell me the truth.
Things
Yeah,
are
so
bad
if
for
I-
them one way or another.
If I spend a minute, I can get detect thoughts and prepare it.
But you guys can gag them for a minute.
Do you have detect thoughts?
So, I
Probably not.
do not.
You don't get it for rock or the
No.
dark gnome or whatever?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I can do that. And well, there might be, like, better ways to communicate other than just detect thoughts.
Can I just- Let's just gag them again. They don't need to speak.
Yeah.
Let's
Can we
talk
knock them
to
out
them.
again? Is that an option? Let's
No,
retry
knock
this.
them out.
Can we quick save?
Let's just talk. Okay.
Oh, actually, are you quick saving? Let me write it down.
Let's quick save real quick.
Let's quick
Sure, we'll
save.
put this. But Wheat is annoyed. Wheat's frustrated. This is not going well. She's gonna shoo both of you away once the gag is back in place.
Okay.
We'll step back. Gag's in place. They're still chained up.
I like writing
Okay.
notes sometimes because my only notes so far have been tied up and gagged, naked and afraid.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that summarizes this episode so
Wow,
far.
we're
It makes us
D&D
sound like
report out.
bad people.
Did you see what Oren did?
Yeah. No, you didn't consult the group.
That's so funny. I should title that. We should name that the episode. Tied up and gagged, naked and afraid.
So I'm gonna go over and talk to the cultist that we were just talking to. The difficult one is still facing another direction.
Yeah, he's like wiggling around and.
Yeah. Can I just make sure that he's tied up in a way that his head is facing forward?
Yeah.
Like, we'll tie it to the back of the chair. He cannot look back over here. Okay.
He's a schmad.
Can I just, like, for good measure, can I throw a sheet over him?
Yeah.
Just for fun? Just to really make sure he knows that he's in timeout.
I love that.
Okay. Are there any torture implements still inside of this other poor man?
Alright, second.
Are you asking the second guy about the first guy?
No, at this point I'm
I-
asking
oh.
Orn.
I guess
I
I
don't know
left.
what I can see.
I guess I left the needle in his joint. Like, I never pulled that
Oh.
out.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I'm gonna walk over to him.
I don't think you should pull it out.
No.
Blood, right?
I was gonna draw his blood, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Alright, yeah.
We've all. I have exactly 2 seconds in real life. For some reason, our youngest cat is fucking meowing down our door. Let me just hook her room.
Okay, okay.
Hello.
Your Apollo cord.
What do you want? What's your problem? Oh, here.
Why'd you let her in?
What do you want? What do you need?
Get out of here.
I just want to figure out what she needs.
Get out of here.
Okay. What do you want? What's your problem? Alright. Go. And here. And a handful of kibble. Okay. Hopefully now she'll stop. So, I'm gonna walk back over to the guy that we were just trying to interrogate, who tried to kill himself. Does it look like it's safe to stand near him, even with all this weird tentacle business?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Thankfully, he's not a
Sorry.
suicide bomber.
What?
So thankfully, he's not a suicide bomber.
That would be bad to have brought him to your fucking house.
Yeah, especially the basement. We'll cave the whole thing in.
Anyway, I'm gonna walk over. I'm sorry. I am not necessarily with these people. And I'm gonna pull the needle out of him and just kind of toss it to the side. I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, will you please, for a moment, just nod your head yes or no? I just have a few questions.
I think he makes direct eye contact with you. And what you see in his eyes is fear. Like, yes, he is immune to the fear spell, but this guy is afraid.
I would say that I would kneel down to look at him, but I am staring him straight in his eyes while he is sat in a chair.
Oh, I'm still looking up a little bit.
Yeah, actually.
Like he's, you know, I'm short. Whatever.
He does, however, lightly nod his head yes.
I'm trying to make sure it's 10 inches.
Okay.
11 inches.
Did you end up here on purpose?
He flicks his eyes up and down in a yes motion.
Do you still want to be here? Is this what you want to be doing?
His nose twitches, and he doesn't necessarily move his head at all.
Do you have a family?
He shakes his head lightly no.
Did you have a family?
He flicks his eyes up and down once again.
Bless you.
So I'm allergic to people with family.
We're outside.
We're inside.
That's so funny.
She shoot us away, right?
You guys are still inside the room. She just shooed you guys away from the cultist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're standing around, I assume. Anyway. If we could get you out of this, would you want to try?
I think you see his shoulders slump, and he defeatedly shakes his head no.
I notice, and I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna say, I don't think you know who we are. Maybe you know enough about us. Maybe you've been told things about us. But I don't think you understand what we've done. I don't think you understand what we could do, and what we could do for you if you let us help.
He takes like a deep breath in. GLJ, do you still have your hand over his mouth?
Well, I gagged him and then walked away.
Oh. Cool. cool. I think you kind of can see, like, he, like, wants to say something, but he keeps, like, kind of gesturing with his head at you and Orn in particular.
At who?
You? We?
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
I'll go up to Wheat and I'll whisper to her so that they don't hear me. Because I do genuinely want to ask first. What if we threw, like, a curveball question to them about, like, information they don't know that we could know?
What do you have in mind?
They could be from the Tempest Desert? So I'm thinking we ask why they chose the desert to be their, like, headquarters.
Patty knows. Or GLJ knows.
I don't think Orn knows.
No, because GLJ did not explain what he saw in his vision with the other runic structure.
Yeah. But this is all to, like, shock them
Yeah.
with the information we know.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna turn back to the cultist. And I'm gonna say, there's a lot that nobody has told you. There's a lot that I think you've been lied to about. And I can't really reveal that. I can't really tell you any of that because I don't trust you. And I don't know you. But I want to trust you. I want to help you. And I can't do that unless you help us. They're not going to let me do that unless you help us in some way. But I think that we can. I think that we can give you back some of what you've lost.
He shakes his head no again. And he kind of does like a strange gesture with his head, like moving it side to side. Go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
All of us?
All of us?
Yeah, anyone who's watching.
Can it be an Arcana?
No, insight.
Just have to ask.
I mean, am I rolling persuasion, deception?
Insight. He's trying to tell you something.
Okay.
But you can add.
I'm just making sure he's not trying to see if he can tell that I'm full of shit.
No, he's trying to tell you something.
We got GLJ's
Okay,
charisma, right?
I got 21.
Perfect. He is gesturing to his ears. Like, he wants you to pay attention to his ears. Like, he's trying to tell you something about his ears. Something almost like... I think with your Arcana check, and the gesture with the ears, you know that this might be sort of like a loose hive mind sort of situation, in the same way that mind players and elder brains work. So I think what he's trying to tell you is that the reason he can't communicate with you is because he is being, like, watched.
Ooh, it's time for brain surgery. Sick, dude! Sorry, I'm getting it ahead of myself.
Cast protection from evil rays once before, and then help.
I mean,
So technically speaking, what you did with covering, gagging, and tying up the other cultist, you kind of have rendered, if anything is watching, you've rendered that one blind.
Yes.
And the good news is, because this cultist is flicking his eyes around, moving his head in weird ways, and even doing something as simple as like tapping his foot, he's trying to evade being seen. So you guys can continue to question him, but you definitely have to watch his body language.
Wait, does he want separated from the other dude?
He wanted to be separated from the other dude so he could gesture.
Yeah. Which is why the other guy he's covered, he's facing a wall. The other guy can still hear, which is
Oh.
presumably why this one is making no noise.
Why don't we just kill the other one?
No, let's
We could
not.
we could
Yeah.
deafen him.
I wouldn't expect that out of you, Paladin.
We could deafen him. Do we have like earplugs?
I
Could
mean,
cut
we have,
his ears off.
That doesn't.
Stab
We
into
have,
his
like-
ears.
we have like
That would kill him.
blankets or cotton or whatever. I'm sure we could plug his ears up for the most part.
Listen, I could crush his head with my hands.
Awesome. Do that.
No.
If I
All
spend
he
a
doesn't
minute,
understand.
That other one isn't going to give us anything.
I mean, that's not necessarily true. You aren't very convincing.
if I spend a minute, I could get blindness / deafness and make him deaf.
Well, you've already spent it. Do you have?
I didn't
does
do
Warren
that
have
at. I didn't do that for detect thoughts. We did the against that. So
I
I
do
still have that ability, but I only have it once.
In my inventory, I specifically do have a third of a roll of toilet paper. That could make some good earplugs.
True. Yeah. I have
just
some
got that
fat too. I like we could melt down some fat, soak the toilet plugs in it, and then stick it in in his
I'll
ears.
just,
How did you want that work, Horn?
I'll just drag that one out of the room for now.
Yeah, I guess that would work too.
Yeah, I'll take the less willing one, and I'm gonna drag him upstairs, chair and all, for now.
Before you take them upstairs,
Take the big Brutus with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could go up there and be like, dude, your guy's down there talking.
but
He's saying it's all
but
on
also
you.
before you take them up there, in my pocket, I have like little hand soaps. I'm imagining they're like starfish shaped because they came from a bathroom.
Yes.
I'm gonna break off the little arm of one of the starfishes and like shove it behind through the gag into his mouth so that he has soap in his mouth. And now you can take him.
Go ahead.
Nice.
Just as a little extra fuck you.
So I'll drag him upstairs.
Nice.
Okay, I'll watch over the guy upstairs. Like I said.
So you're going with them.
Yeah, just to make sure.
Okay.
Scare him with the dog a little bit.
I think he's like thrashing around in the chair, and that's like the most that he's doing.
Cool. That's all we need him to do.
Break his arm.
Not right now. Wouldn't that ruin the bones that you want?
No.
Warren, could you put this other one away, please?
The.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the dick on the ceiling.
Oh, the body.
Could
Okay.
you-
Yeah,
Could
I
you put
can.
this
I
body
can-
away?
I'll
I
put
think
them
as
back
you
in
point
my
that out-
bag.
Cultist right in front of you, he looks up, and you see him like kind of jump in his chair a little bit.
I'll can I cut him down but like let him land on the other guy? So I'll do that.
I think through the gag you hear him like make like screaming sounds.
And then I drag him off of him and put him in my bag of holding.
Okay. So the body is away. The other guy is upstairs or something now. And we can keep talking to this one for a little bit.
Do we want to ungag him? Maybe he was going to kill himself because of the other one, or...
I don't trust him. I wish I could. Maybe I could, but not now.
I can give him a piece of
He said
paper.
no for when you say maybe I could trust him because he still is in the zone of truth. He says no, you can't trust me.
No, I want to. I don't. But I want to.
We can give him a piece of paper. And then we canonically do have a pen because we drew penises on him. And
Oh yeah, right.
he has cat.
Put a pin in
Cat
his
hairs,
mouth,
yeah.
pull up a map, have him mark the map.
We don't need him to mark the map.
Yeah, do. The Tempest Desert is a large place. It'd be a lot nicer if we had a more specific location.
Okay, I mean, if we want to go that route, we could. I don't really know what we're asking, to be honest.
That's why I put questions in the chat.
Yeah, we could keep asking about the skin. We could keep asking who sent them.
I'm gonna ask, did Valera stay down here?
Valera did. She's kind of keeping over guard in the stairs so she can listen just in case anything happens with Tumbly up above.
No worries. I'm gonna ask her to watch this guy for half a second and ask GLJ and Orn to come upstairs real quick.
Okay.
It's kind of out of earshot of any of them.
Valera does. She gets up and I think she like crosses her arms and she stands like uncomfortably close to this cultist, like, you better not fucking try anything.
Yeah, she seems like the type to be a very guard.
Oh yeah. She's good at following orders.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so do you come upstairs real quick?
I'm still upstairs. I won't go back.
Yeah, I go upstairs.
Okay. I just want to clarify to the idiots in the room, because I do want GLJ to be present real quick. No, not rude. I just want to clarify to you that you need to watch what you say, because we're obviously trying to give off the impression that we know more than we do. So, if you talk about what we might ask these guys in front of them, it kind of tells them that you don't know those things, and maybe you should keep that to yourself for now.
Okay.
We want to play off their fear of whoever they're working with. But if we know more than they think that we do know, it could spark a little bit of courage to be like, oh, okay, these guys actually could help me.
At this point, that's why I think we should just kill him. I don't think we're going to get anything out of him.
I mean, I Orn looks at me. I'm not opposed to that either.
Like, if you want to go back down there and do your thing, good luck. But at this point, I think we've tried our best. But I will keep my mouth shut and act like I know everything.
Great. I assume that's how you feel often.
Earl, if you want to do something, you could pray to Zarevor about it and see how he feels.
That's true.
Better give that a shot.
You do a lot of praying.
Go ahead, roll D100 for me.
Here's Aragorn. Give me guidance.
I would even let you take inspiration on that.
I get inspiration.
Yeah, if you want to re-roll that one more time.
You don't have any.
Oh, I don't have inspiration right now.
Oh, rip.
Can I help him since I'm a Zaravorian now?
Again.
No, you could give him your. That's fine.
Okay.
Rolling again.
Do I have to give him an inspo point, or can I just help
That's
him?
what it sounds like. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well.
You know what? I will give you all one inspiration because it was Christmas this week.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll use an inspiration point then.
I'll even change it to a GLJ so we know for sure GLJ's the one rolling.
Yeah, this one's gonna roll 100. 6. Wow. Incredible.
I had a 9 for that.
Well, I'll get nothing.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I expected. Yeah, I mean, we can hold them here as long as we want, you know. We could starve them.
I don't think that we should keep them here alive any longer than we have to.
Just because, do you not think your dad would appreciate that?
No, I just think that's more of a liability to Inverbrook.
You know, there is a critical question that no one has asked, and I'm jonesing for it. So, if someone will go ahead and roll just a random d20, if it's above a 15, I'll tell you what the critical
I'll
question
do
is.
it.
Is it? Can it be an Arcana?
Sure.
Okay. 25.
Alright.
These halflings that were replaced by these doppelgangers.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask my dad to start looking for them, but
To be fair, Wade's been doing most of the questioning. She has no stake in these fucking halflings. She doesn't know these people. She doesn't know their name.
I forgot. I meant to ask my dad to start a search party and look for those halflings, but I didn't get that said yet.
Gosh diddly darn it.
I'm gonna go look for. I don't remember their names.
I have their names written down somewhere.
I'm gonna go look for. I have their names written down somewhere. You guys.
Larry Lightbloom and Darius Dappledown.
And was the third one
No,
always in
the third one never disguised
cloak mode?
themselves.
Yeah, the third one was hanging out in GLJ's house.
I want to go look for Larry and Darius.
You-
Decide what you're gonna do.
Do we know which of these is which?
No.
Okay.
No, there's no way to know which is which.
I mean, you could ask.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for them. If you could figure out if they know anything about where those halflings are, that'd be great. Or if you could get any information out of them, that'd be great. But I give up.
Okay. Well, with that, I'm gonna head back downstairs.
Okay. I think upstairs, Tumbly is dealing with a very thrashy and, like, unruly cultist. He's, like, tied up in the sheets, like, he's freaking out. He can't see, he can't hear. And so he's kind of, like, resorted to trying to break the chair with his body, which he is not succeeding in.
Oh my god, dude, you need to chill. You act like you've just been kidnapped or something.
And he's like rolling around from side to side, desperately trying to break this chair.
I'm gonna have Brutus start barking at him again. All crazy.
He doesn't do shit. I think he stops moving for now, because like even through like the deafen, he can hear the loud barks, so he just stops.
Nice.
Alright. And Wheat, you head back down. Valera has stayed perfectly in place.
Okay. I'm gonna walk back to him, and thank you, Valera. You can step aside now.
She nods and she kind of steps to like the sort of stairwell area again as well, trying to like monitor the situation.
Did anything happen while we were going?
Good news, no. He sat patiently like good boy.
Great. Okay. I'm gonna go back to him, and I'm gonna look at him, make sure he, is looking at me, still awake, still alert.
And he is.
Okay. Gonna apologize again. I'm sorry for all of that. My friend wanted me to ask real quick. Are you aware of the people that you were impersonating? You and your group of people were impersonating earlier?
As you watch him, you see his fingers flip themselves kind of up and down on the chair.
Were you one of the people who was disguised earlier?
You basically got him.
He looks at you and he flicks his eyes up and down.
I pulled the hairs.
The people that you were impersonating, are they still alive?
He moves his hand once again up and down.
Do you know where they are?
You see he kind of like stops and thinks, and he kind of like looks off in the distance, like, and he almost kind of shrugs his shoulders, like, not maybe, like he's not sure. Like he might have an idea, but he's not actually sure.
That's alright.
He looks to the like stairwell with his eyes, though. He looks back at you, and he looks at the stairwell again, and then back at you.
Is it her? Do you not like that she's nearby?
He shakes his
Just
head.
kind of talking about Valera.
No. He didn't even like look at her. Like she's by the stairwell, but she's not in it.
For now, your friend is okay. He's far away right now, though.
And he gives you like a look when you mention his friend.
Is he your friend?
He shakes his head no. And then he looks at you like intently again.
Do you want him to be okay?
He shrugs his shoulders.
Fair enough. I didn't care about my coworkers much either.
I think he looks at you like one more time, looks at the stairwell, and then like makes pointed eye contact with you. And you can roll an insight on this one.
Sure.
Is he just right here?
Well,
Yeah, you have no fucking idea what he's trying to say.
listen, me and Wheat combined. could just shotgun blast questions until one of them lands.
I mean, you're actually getting really good information out of him now that the source of his major stress is gone.
Yeah, I'll just keep trying. Whatever. I don't, forgive me for not understanding, but, nobody else is coming down. For now. And, I'm not sure what you're concerned about, but for now, you are relatively safe.
He sighs.
Good sigh or annoyed sigh?
Like a, fuck, I can't communicate sigh.
Annoyed. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Patty, he was like 2 words away from killing himself.
Show him
I don't think people are that fast.
No, you're gonna kill me. Oh, he has to say it in like a ritual way, so.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's like a cyanide pill, but as a spell.
rituals take 10 minutes to cast.
I'm gonna. Yeah, sure. Hey, Valera, could you come back over here real quick?
She walks over, and I think she like crosses her arms to try to be like intimidating to this guy.
Fair enough. She's, a lot taller than me. Looks intimidating from down here.
What do you need?
Just, stand by for a second. I'm gonna look back at the cultist. Do you want to talk to me?
He shakes his head yes.
Can you talk to me?
He stops and he thinks. He sighs a deep, remorseful sigh. And then he shakes his head yes.
Okay. Valera, could you loosen his gag a little bit for a moment?
Valera does. I
He
don't have
kind of moves in the way that someone does when they think that they are face to face with like a grenade that the pin's already been pulled on. Just kind of, like when you put your hands up and you're like, all right, no one make any sudden movement.
I think he quickly starts to speak. He's like, I don't have much time. I am going to die very, very shortly. My colleague up there, he knows where the halflings are. My life is forfeit the more information I give you. Ask fast.
Okay. The first thing, I do bother to take the time, and I'll go, just so you know, my name is Wheat. It was not necessarily nice to meet you, but thank you. Who sent you?
The Boybound Seekers did direct orders from Zelithar the Deceiver.
Is there somebody that you want me to help in exchange for this information?
My family's dead.
I understand that. I apologize.
Sorry. Oh, that's so funny. My family is dead.
What was your mission today?
My mission today was to kidnap more of the halflings from this town, to distract the paladin so that we could take you and the other caster.
Pause for 1 second. In real life.
Yeah.
I don't think that.
So, what was the first part? So they said Zelithar the Deceiver, but what was the first part of that question? That answer?
He said the Voidbound Seekers sent him under direct orders from Zelithar the Deceiver. And for the second question is, their mission was to kidnap more halflings to keep the paladin distracted so that they could get the easier access to the casters.
More?
Well, you know there.
They have
You
3,
think-
Patty.
2.
2. Yeah, at
There's a
least
couple
2.
missing already. They were trying to take your cousin. We kind of know that.
The silence is so loud.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready to get back into it.
I'm trying to think. All right. So, okay.
I think it was singular.
Was it?
The Voidbound Seeker?
Voidbound Seekers.
Okay.
Suck it. That was Patty commenting on me adding an S to the end of seeker in the note.
I can do an Arcana or a History check once Orn is told about it.
Yeah. Do I recognize either of those names and titles at all?
Simply because of your curse to have no memories right now? No.
Not really. Makes sense. Fair enough.
You have heard that name before, though, when you were fighting Lily. So, like, there is some recollection there. Like, you know that Lily was working for the Voidbound Seekers.
Got it.
Maybe
This is not
it's
exactly your first run-in.
maybe it's a guild type of situation here.
In the sense of me, the player, has not been here and does not know everything that everyone else knows. Is there anything that you should probably fill me in on?
I think this information was revealed while you were a player. I don't think
Yeah, it was.
I don't think anything that we did with, like, Chris or before Tumbly, or, sorry, with just Tumbly was relevant to now.
I mean, there's like a little stuff, but it's all stuff that like everyone has known the whole time. Like, there's a big rune, and there's a cult here, and then there's mind flayers. Thankfully, I was able to wrap up the Chris storyline really nice and clean, so we can actually get to like the bigger story.
Yeah.
And so you kind of came in at a perfect time, because right when you came in is kind of right when we started actually like touching the main story.
Nice. Do we know, like, do we have an idea of what this cult has been trying to do?
So far what you guys all know is that there is this cult who have been working with mind flayers, and they are likely the ones who activated these big runic structures. You also know that they're the ones who summoned in a false moon from the Abyssal Plane.
And they seem to really like the runes that popped up around the realm a few years ago. Because we're at the start of an era, the realm, or the rune era, or whatever.
Yeah, the runic era. You would know from your letters that it kind of seems like this cult had a little bit to play in the letter that was to your blah 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 blah. I almost slipped up there. Because there was this strange new contact in the Mages Guild who was trying to go and buy Shadowfell stuff.
Mm-hmm.
By the name of Giddy.
Yeah, but Orn doesn't like to talk about Gideon.
Orn probably has the most information on the cult right now.
Yeah.
Orn has the location that they're in the desert, so does GLJ. But Orn knows that the cult is actively targeting him.
Mm-hmm. Me specifically.
You specifically. And now, with this information, you know that they're targeting Leet as well, because she is a caster.
Yeah. And they're also, they're not also just going for me and Wheat and Orn. They're also going for Adriel.
They are going for Adriel, who's also a caster.
Yeah.
It's the dragons who are taking a special interest in Tumbly and GLJ.
Mm-hmm.
Tumbly's got her fate tied in with something cool.
Mm-hmm.
An egg, right?
Yeah.
Nunya, right.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, so Orn actually does know more information than he's letting on, but not enough to be like, okay, well, I know their HQ is here in the desert, we can go there and, fuck around and find out, you know?
Yeah. But you did ask me to mention the desert,
Yes.
so I do know that.
So if we can find their headquarters, that would be pretty big. We're still, in the IRL break, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go back into it.
Alright.
Do you know where you all come from?
He's confused by this question.
I've heard rumblings about the desert. Do you have anything to elaborate on that?
We're not from there, that's where we're going.
Okay. Why are you going there?
I think you start to notice that these tentacles continue to move around him even though he is no longer speaking the ritual. We're opening up another one of the runes.
Why?
I don't know. We were promised power and strength and protection when the new world comes.
Did Zelithar promise you that?
Not just him.
Who else?
The eldritch beings from the abyss.
Do you know the names of other people who've been working with you?
So many.
Is anybody in this town working with you?
No. And you see these tentacles start to wrap around his neck and start to strangle him slowly. I'm sorry, I don't have much time.
How did they find this place?
They followed the dragons. They followed his family.
The Lotus family.
It didn't take long to find. one more question before he dies.
Anybody else got any suggestions?
Other than like specifically asking for names?
I can go ahead and jump over to a different scene. Whoever is with Tumbly, you're watching a silent writhe as this guy in the chair starts to writhe, and like through the gag, you hear choking out in pain. And he is still covered with a sheet.
Should I take the sheet off?
Yeah, take the sheet off.
Okay, I'm gonna take the
Or
sheet
what?
off.
Morbid curiosity, right?
So,
Yeah.
just to clarify, GLJ, you went out to go do
Find a search party for
like
Larry
organize a
Harris.
search party.
Organize a search party.
Oh, what are you doing?
I left with GLJ, but I thought I have been following you with the questioning because I have the comprehend languages on right now.
Which is it? Are you with Weed or are you with GLJ?
No, I'm with Wheat. I'm staying.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a question like.
That's fair. Did you just like? I guess you could just be like listening from the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
while
I
you guys eat,
imagined.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna, take a quick break. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Just listening in case he speaks Abyssal again. I think you've been doing
Makes
fine
sense.
with the questioning, so.
They're headed to the desert because they're going to sacrifice a dragon.
You're gonna open a thing somewhere. It doesn't seem like he knows precisely where.
But it's tied to the dragons.
Yeah.
Are you taking a lunch?
Yes, you're
No, I wasn't
What's up?
taking a lunch today because of the internet outage.
Oh,
No.
you're
Okay.
Hello.
I mean, I guess another thing that we could ask is, like, where's their local gathering place?
Their HQ?
The one thing I could do is just ask him to ramble off as many names as he can.
Yeah, I mean, I think
And
that
then-
would be the most
And then
helpful.
maybe the thought there is that there's an off chance that we either hear those names again or meet those people.
So, like,
Yeah.
even if you rattled off some names right now, like,
I'm just not sure what else I could ask.
it's what good that'll do. Also, like, clearly, since they have kind of like a hive mind kind of vibe going on, we can't, like, impersonate them. I'm sure it's immediately clear to any of these people.
I just mean in case there's any people that are working for them that are sort of like infiltrators.
Right, no, that was a good question about whether there was someone in the town working with them, but apparently there's not. They just followed us here.
Which is good.
I think with the spouting of the names, though, there, like, could be a chance where we get, like, a big name, like, oh, we're dealing with a god. Okay. You know?
Well, that's...
Because
I
right
think
now
he
we
would've
have
said that.
Zelithar, the Deceiver.
Yeah. Zelthar the Deceiver, that's the biggest name he knows.
But he did say
That's-
the
yeah.
other Abyssals.
Right,
So,
but we kind of knew that. I assume Zelthar the Deceiver is the one that's in the mask.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Watch
Thanks.
this. Nothing. same thing. It's a, you know, not as gross.
What do you think? The cover for my Kindle Scribe.
And she loved it.
Sounds like they were both about to drop dead.
I kind of assumed this might be like based on the number of questions. Anyway, it was. I was gonna say I doubt there's a 70-second timer running. That would be cruel and unusual.
That is a cool and unusual punishment.
Especially at the end of a 9-hour shift.
Let me.
Yeah, no, I had it as a number just so you guys could get as much information as possible.
Just ask them if they're taking their halflings.
Yeah, so they're
He says he
taking
doesn't. He already said he didn't know where they were, but that his friend does.
Know where they are, but I bet he knows where they're taking them.
I am definitely giving you guys this information in the event that you keep their bodies and ask them questions later.
Yeah, that was another thing I was thinking. Once they're dead, we can always try to speak with dead and ask more questions.
Don't they have to want to talk?
Yeah.
So, I need to stop trying to give away spoilers because I'll be like, now that they're not going to be under their pacts, blah, 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 blah.
Right, there's so
Well, but also, if you beat the pulp out of them, I doubt their body wants to speak to you.
That's fair. That's fair.
If you needle them to death,
Well, that's kind of what the one that's already dead was for.
Well, I mean, I kind of do have one more question I could ask.
What's your thought? What's your question?
We could ask if they are tied to the Radiant Citadel.
Nah, that's late game stuff.
But you could ask it.
You could ask it. The answer's no.
I'm just like reading, because like they
I
could be
want that to
tied to
be-
Gideon.
I want Patty saying the answer's gonna be no to be clipped so that
Oh,
when
right, that's right.
wrong,
I have
and
a
we
real
only
answer.
find out 7 years later, someone can prove it to him.
I could also ask why they want Gideon's soul.
What makes you think they
Sam is going to let you know now your first question is better than your second.
Okay.
Interesting.
Because not everyone in the field would know
Yeah.
who has it.
Why do they want Gideon's? Since when do they want Gideon's soul? What?
It's
I
not
have
that long.
this is
It's
orange shit right now.
Um,
I have
Your
secrets.
If, I am gonna say, if left up to her own devices, Wheat is now done asking questions.
Okay, so maybe
Personally,
the orange and the
No.
the orange has to-
I mean, personally, character-wise, at this point, Wheat can see that this man is dying. Character-wise, she would probably just take this moment to say thank you and let a dying man die in peace.
so it would really be up to Orn's interjection to be like, okay, I want that last question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So DM said the first question was better, but if we're trying to rekindle the Gideon talk
Yeah,
for Wheat backstory stuff,
that's what I'm thinking. I think that would be a very good story question to ask in the moment.
because currently I think, if I remember correctly, we left it off with Wheat doesn't know Orn, or Orn just doesn't want to talk about Gideon, like at all.
Yeah, Wheat asked you to talk about Gideon like 11 times, and you just keep trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty epic for Orn to like run down and at the last second be like, "What do you want with Gideon's soul?"
Yeah, I actually, you know what? I'd actually do like that. Yeah, so Orn like runs down or like glides down the stairs as Wheat is actively being like, nope, thank you.
Yeah, you interrupt me basically in the middle of saying, thank you, we appreciate what you've done for us, and I'm sorry.
No, I
Sorry
want
that this happened to you.
I need one more thing. Why do you want Gideon's soul?
Salazar wants Source. And he dies. He crumples to the ground, and you watch as these tentacles slither around him, and his skin starts to turn purple and almost collapse in on himself. Like all the life is being sucked out of him. And then he just lays limply. Black and blue.
I'm sorry, you said Zelithar wants solace?
He said, Zelithar wants Sore. And then he gets cut off and dies.
Am I dumb? What's
Sore is the beginning of a word.
sore?
Yeah. I'll let you guys roll an insight check,
Like
if you'd like.
source.
I'll do it.
Because there is some information that I gave you guys beforehand that could like walk you into what he was going to say.
Sore. Yeah, let me see if I can piece this together myself real quick.
Inspiration, I took that 21.
What Orn roll?
Are you gonna take inspiration?
She wants to see what Warren rolls first.
Oh yeah.
Roll insight, Tate.
Just give me a second because I want to try to see if I can piece it together myself real quick.
Fair enough.
I gave you guys a few pieces of information that I definitely think could walk you into the answer. Like I want to give you hints, but I also kind of want to see if you can figure it out.
Let me see if I have anything.
We want source, because this is Divinity 2.
I will give you guys one hint. What was their goal here?
To separate us.
Distract the paladins so they...
Can steal the casters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it could be divinity shit. It could be source. Like magic. Right? No.
He's basically wanting casters, and the word that our dear cultist friend was going to use is...
Sorcerers?
Sorcerers.
Sorcerers.
Thank you, guys.
Okay,
Good
yeah.
job, guys.
Good job, guys. Sorcerers. Well, I'm not the sorcerer, I'm a wizard.
It's a synonym, you know it.
Tomato, yeah.
Yeah, that's why, yeah.
And as he went upstairs, the body stops moving in the chair. If you did lift it up, he was being strangled by tentacles as well.
Ooh.
Fair enough.
Yep. Well,
I think Valera stepped forward and she kind of looks at the body.
Who the
That
fuck is
was-
we, GLJ?
Unnatural.
Mm-hmm.
They have his soul. I'm gonna get it back.
Who is Gideon and why do they have his soul?
Yeah, could you please?
Whew, that's a long story. And I think it deserves to be said maybe over dinner. Or at least a drink.
I need to know that we are safe. What do you have to do with this cult, Warren? And Valera pulls out a dagger.
Well, okay, first off, I'm really hurt that just because I'm a necromancer, you assume I'm accustomed to all of these cults. No, it's just a coincidence.
You say Diddy and his family. I hear you say this to GLJ.
He
And now you
was,
ask the cult about it.
he was like,
I need answers.
he was like a brother to me. He wasn't a part of a cult. We always had an interest in the afterlife. That's why I minored in religious studies. I've always had an interest in the different realms, and so did he. He wasn't a part of a cult, but
Yeah, the more you say it, the more believable it is.
okay, so listen, when you are taken at a young age to go to the Mage's Tower, you spend years studying to become a wizard, and then you take the wizard trials. Gideon was going to pass the wizard trials, but for some reason, a cult intervened and killed him. And I do not know why.
And who is this guy?
He was my best friend.
Is this your best
Why did I just assume this whole time that Gideon died in like an accident?
friend?
So it was framed like an accident. The paperwork says accident. But
Orn just got confirmation not too long ago that it was actually a murder.
Oh, okay. So it's not because I just made a bad assumption.
Yeah, that's why he's been a little bit emotional about it, because it's... Sorry, what were you saying, Sam?
just that GLJ was operating on the same information that you were, which was that it was some tragic accident and like this crazy mishap.
Yeah.
Okay.
But recently, Orn discovered some letters that proved that Gideon was actually murdered during his trials. So that's why he's been emotional about it, because it's kind of resurfacing.
Brought it all back up again.
Yeah. And, like, it's even scarier now because, like, they do have his soul. I have his body. But they have his soul. I need all of it.
Guys, I can't tell you how badly I want to like be like, here's the red thread that connects you guys. I can't. And I'm sitting here like edging myself because I cannot. I just want to be like, hey, what if you has a thing that's connected to that? Ugh, fuck. Being a DM is so hard.
Yeah.
Is it me or we? That, well, I mean, it's me
We?
connected to me, so.
Yeah. Well, all of your guys' backstories are connected to each other, like, pretty intertwined. Like, technically, even Huntley has ties to this cult because of,
The Deceiver.
family stuff,
Yeah.
so that's pretty cool.
Kelethar? This is who?
Wheat's feeling like maybe telling Orn about one of the letters she found.
Orn just revealed, like, a huge secret.
Yeah, she's feeling like, Patty, are you quite finished?
Like, we could have this moment of, like, just huge brain epiphany, like, oh my god.
That's 7 sneezes now while we've been sitting here. Are you okay?
Just know you're counting.
Anyway, yeah, we feels like she finally got something at all out of this bird that's kind of genuine. Even though technically he's been genuine the whole time, she just doesn't believe that.
Who,
So,
Orin?
yeah, she's gonna pull a piece of paper out of her bag, and I'll say, I found this in my house. I don't know much about it. I unfortunately still do not remember anything about it. But it was in my house, and it is a letter from Gideon.
What?
Would you like me to send the letter?
So,
Search crime.
so I'm just gonna, we'll just have that.
Is there any chance that as soon as Orin sees it, he can just snatch it away from you?
No.
No? Okay, I'm gonna do a
mean-
dexterity check. I'm not good at it.
It might, I mean,
You'd be pretty hurt.
can I do sleight of hand to not?
Yeah. I may have to delete this message really fast.
Yeah, I haven't read it. If you
Okay,
want to
good.
delete
I
it.
deleted it.
Okay, yeah, I mean, Orin is clumsy as fuck. He's like, Gideon! Oh!
And Wheat just kind of like pulls it back as you do to like a child.
You have a letter from Gid?
She says, I don't know. I think so.
Was it addressed from him?
Yes.
I know his handwriting.
Hold on 1 second. And Wheat's gonna walk behind Valera.
Oh yeah, and Valera will she'll cross her arms and kind of almost do like the intimidating pose on Orin.
I'm just gonna. I can copy any paper. That's just a thing I can do from my background. So I just really quickly write it down, and I'll go give him a different copy of it.
Okay, are you copying it word for word?
Original?
No, he doesn't get the original.
What?
Okay.
Can I at
Here.
least look at it and be like, oh my god? Can I do like a history check to be like to see if it is his handwriting? Well, I know it's like hers because she just wrote it in front of my face, but like I know with the forgery stuff.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
are you writing it word for word?
Whatever. I mean, I'm just like, stroke for stroke, pixel for pixel, copying what I see onto another piece of paper.
Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and send this over. And it matches Gideon's handwriting.
Level accuracy of handwriting.
Like
Yes.
perfectly. I don't even have to roll for it.
No, like you don't even have to roll for it. Like you see that signature and you know.
Yeah, and I can just copy it, and I can copy anything perfectly. So it is basically a printed copy, as close as you can get.
What? Oh, is the ... dots because of wheat background stuff?
The ... is because the letter is tattered and worn with several sections missing. And yes, it is because of the background stuff.
Can I?
It's kind of fucked up.
Oh, did you send it directly to Tate?
I did.
Yeah. Patty's like, damn it.
Mine didn't come in the form of letters. You guys just got to hear what I saw.
Well, we're the secret people. You're not like really keeping your characters.
It's true. If you said, hey, GLJ, what did you dream about last night?
Hey, yeah.
You would have told
Pretty
me.
sure.
You did.
I think you do every single time. You're
Yeah,
like, guys, let me hear message.
we
I'm here
have
to-
breakfast every morning. Like,
Yeah.
At breakfast every morning, you start with a little speech.
I dreamt about.
Last night.
That reminds me of my boss
I
at
was
work.
chasing-
He
I was
just like
chasing
loves
pigs through
hearing
a
himself
field,
Josh.
and then the field turned
So
into a
he'll
lake.
just
And we're like, okay.
Desiree, hello. How's your day going? Oh, my day. I went to church on Christmas.
I went to church on Christmas.
That's how my
Okay,
boss
hold on.
is.
Let me read this letter.
Sorry,
Hold on.
okay.
Is there any chance I can do an insight to like try to fill in the blanks?
There's certain stuff I can't give you. Actually, honestly, probably not.
No.
Yeah, because you don't
Okay.
know what this is in regards to.
Yeah.
I will let you roll an insight on sparking your memory, though, on certain things that Gideon has talked to you about.
Yes, please. Ooh, nat 20.
Perfect. You do remember not only some of the secret meetings between Gideon and Adriel, but you remember when Gideon started taking an interest into the Shadowfell, how he became a little bit more secretive, and when you asked him what he was up to, he'd always tell you, "Don't worry about it, I've got it under control, you can trust me." And he would slowly start mentioning the Shadowfell and how it holds so many secrets and whatnot, and how it can act between a barrier between life and death, which also kind of perked your interest in the afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some connection there, and you do remember it, kind of near the end of Gideon's life, that's when he took an interest into the Shadowfell.
Okay.
I think you'd also probably remember Adriel getting upset with him about taking an interest into the Shadowfell.
I need to pin this shit.
I think in particular, I think Adriel's upsetness at his interest in her magic confused you.
An interest in Adriel's magic?
Yes, because Adriel is a shadow sorceress, and she gets her magic from the Shadowfell. And so, Mages Guild, she's considered one of the more dangerous mages, so she has to be extra careful.
Yeah.
But with Gideon taking all this, fascinated interest and whatnot, you remember her being, upset.
Wasn't she also an Eladrin?
She is an Eldrin. She's a spring one.
So
Which is
she's
why-
one of the original elves?
They are one of the last group of elves to leave Faerun, the city in the Feywilds, which is why they retain a lot more of their Fey-like nature, and while they're influenced by these seasons.
Oh, stop.
I feel like I know some of this, Sam.
What do you mean? Let's see. I'm gonna give you new information.
I feel like I know what the grimoire that it's speaking of is, but
Homebrew item.
I
You don't know what it is.
swear. I swear we've talked about something.
Oh no.
Keep your mouth shut, then, Tate.
Look, I'm worried that you do know something.
No, he doesn't know anything. It's Tate we're talking about.
I didn't have to walk you into the sorcerer thing. And Des got it before you did. I think we're fine.
No, yeah.
Okay, I got the word source, alright? I just didn't add at the end.
Yeah, no, he doesn't know. If he knew, he would have said something to me. He hasn't said anything to me.
Alright, let's go.
Yeah, he's just trying to look for something. But I don't think he's actually
He's
found
frantically
it.
flipping through pages in a notebook.
He's all, yes, it's on page...
Sprinting around
Flips
his
through
mind
notebook.
palace, making connections.
Just the word source again.
Oh, this is funny as fuck.
Yeah, I know Sam told us the word was sorcerer, but maybe it was source. Go with that.
Okay, wait. Hold on.
Yes.
I
More
rolled a
waiting.
nat 20, so like.
I can get you some more information, like,
Well, no, I'm reading the lore hunter thing that you gave me,
oh,
and I'm just trying to like think of a way. Cause it gives me advantage. So I already rolled a 20, so it's not gonna do me anything there.
I don't think there's any other information I can give you with a nat 20. Probably that when Gideon started taking an interest into the Shadowfell, obviously him and Adriel started fighting a lot more, but he was like kind of like excited about it. That's when he started kind of getting you into the idea of like the veil between life and death, into shadow magic and that kind of stuff, which is forbidden to talk about unless you are born a storm sorcerer, or not a storm sorcerer, shadow sorcerer. He started being secretive and weird. Actually, I do have another piece of information. He started having a lot of money, and like he became more powerful quickly.
Okay, so he sold. I won't talk about the letter if you're trying to keep things a secret. But he sold this thing in the letter, and that's probably where he got his money from.
Apollo, stop.
But it was probably a shady deal, because, like, obviously he died from a cold.
Hold on. Letter with your insight. He didn't sell it. He gave it to somebody else to sell. Somebody who was a fence. Someone who knew how to fence.
He gave it
Someone who made him a letter.
to Wheat.
Yeah.
You've met Gideon!
Yep. I mean, the letter is from him, and it's got my government name on it.
Weather.
Yeah.
You damn it.
Now
We
Orin
have an
knows my
Earl
name.
and a Weather in our...
Now you know my name.
Who would be the fence that you went to?
Wait, I'm not even gonna make you roll for this. You know you have a ton of contacts in the City of Rats. Which is
I
where
have
you're
a Rolodex of names I don't recognize.
Start spouting them out.
Out there at home in my desk.
Okay,
Sigh.
interesting.
Anyway, thanks for finally fucking telling me about him a little bit.
You don't know, you don't remember anything about him. You don't know how you met him?
No,
He
I don't
used your
remember him.
government name. You guys must have met before this letter.
as far as I can remember, I don't give my name to anyone.
Well, can I be honest? It's not that hard to guess.
So rude.
I'm not trying to be rude. It's just She went with wheat. Like, wheater. You just shortened it. Anyways, I'm not here to judge.
You're too integer.
The concept of a nickname.
Integer.
Was that Gilge or was that Patty?
That was Patty because GLJ is
Is
Upstairs?
fuck knows where.
Yeah.
in a line of halflings walking through the woods shouting out names right now or something.
That's exactly what's happening.
Have we found them yet?
Darius! Are you around here?
I mean, have you even found any evidence of people?
What, is the whole town missing now? Is that
No,
what-
no, I mean, like, usually search and rescue parties are looking for things, like footprints
Yeah,
or...
like we
or-
probably went through their house by now. Their houses.
I think Ezra walks into your guys' house. I think he sees Tumbly and he's like, there's no missing halflings in here, right?
No, just dead bodies.
Oh, I had a feeling you kids were gonna kill him.
Technically we didn't, they just died.
He winks at you. And then he's like, as long as no halflings in my house, I'm gonna go kill them.
No, I don't think so.
I'll start stuffing the said dead bodies in my bag. And while I'm stuffing the first one, I'll look at Wheat and Valera and I'll go, hey, can we not talk about what we talked about with anybody else, please?
Yeah, please
Can this
no.
be a secret? This just stays between us.
Until I remember what I'm talking about, let's just keep it between us.
And I am
Yeah,
so
I
allowed to
agree.
call my best friend.
Who's that?
She's upstairs.
Uh,
It's just Tumbly.
I mean,
Yeah, you can tell Tumbly.
maybe like a little close.
So just nobody tells GLJ.
Yeah, okay, so basically no one tell GLJ.
Nice and
Zarivor
trustworthy
can't get the
guy
word of
around.
this.
Let's just keep him out of the loop.
Keep
You
GLJ
go ahead,
happy.
let's go upstairs and immediately
But maybe
tell
don't-
all the tea.
Maybe don't be specific.
He's got a lot of it on his plate. He doesn't need to know about any of this.
Yeah, he's got dragon stuff going on.
Yeah.
Keep secrets from each other. That's what it is.
No, not secrets from each other, just secrets from you.
Just secrets from GLJ.
You
Yeah.
know what? To learn information, or earned it. Maybe you should do something to earn it from Wheat.
Damn. Words.
True.
Sorry, but so far she thinks you're a bumbling idiot.
Well, he kind of. I mean, partly. It's partly true. I would say he's a cute, bumbling idiot because his
Oh.
charisma is a little bit higher than normal.
In a cute way. First of all, it's in a charming way. Also, he cured your headache and helped you think clearer that night. When you ended up lost, not knowing who you were in the woods, and you found somebody, who did they immediately take you to? GLJ.
That
Yeah, Jay's a himbo of the group.
Yeah, he is the himbo.
So funny.
We're not keeping a secret from you because you're a bad person. We're keeping a secret from you because you're a good person. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Dislike,
Uh-huh,
dislike, dislike.
And you're on the upper my like questionable judgment.
you're like the sibling who tells the parents everything, and you're wondering why your brothers and sisters are keeping secrets from you.
Yeah. You would tell your dads, and then your dads would tell their friends, and then their friends would tell their friends. And then
Yeah.
here with Orn and Wheat, it literally took like fucking weeks, days
Yeah.
for
That's
them
not working out
to
for you.
pry it off of each other.
Yeah.
I started asking questions about this 2 cities ago.
Julie, though. Valera's a gossipy bitch, so she immediately went and told Tumbly.
So she just walked upstairs.
Yeah, she's like, oh, she
Holy
got the, yeah, okay. She immediately was like, bye.
As she goes to walk upstairs, it kind of dawns on Wheat that there was another captive, and she goes upstairs to go check on that whole situation. Quickly finding out, obviously, the other one is dead.
Yeah, I think you see, like, the sheet has been pulled. There's another dead, strangled guy, and, like, the tattoos have kind of dissipated, but he's the same shade of purple, so you can deduce very quickly that the same thing happened to him.
Yeah. Not even for a moment
Oh, yeah.
do I think
No
that
one
we
knows.
killed him.
Yeah.
I also move upstairs because I'm assuming he's dead too, and I'm bouts to raise a zombie.
We should have killed them ourselves.
You're not here.
That may have made things better for us in the long run.
You're 600 yards away in the
Should
woods.
we just
Yeah.
lie to
I think,
GLJ
honestly,
and
you
tell
guys
him
can
we
hear
killed him?
GLJ calling in the distance. Larry! Yeah.
Actually,
Distantly.
I'm curious. I want the girl's opinion real quick. The dark magic stuff. I raise them as zombies. Are they just gonna explode and die again?
Why are you asking us?
Cause
I don't think so. I mean,
know.
wait, can we do a check real quick?
You can,
Yeah, I would think like an Arcana check.
Yeah,
Nice.
can we do either a history or an arcana check to see what we know about warlocks in general?
I'm
Yeah,
good
that's
with
fine.
Arcana, so I'm gonna do
also,
Arcana.
you can't cast Speak with Dead on it after you do that. No, what's interesting, it says the corpse must have a mouth, and the spell fails if the deceased creature was undead when it died.
Yeah.
The good news is it was alive when it died.
It was alive when it died, but they always are. So
No
I got a
zombies.
20.
Yeah, so with that,
No,
I got a 26.
I think both of
I
you
got a
guys,
nat 20.
Yeah, we got a nat 20.
I think both of you guys can realize really quickly that when you reanimate a dead corpse, zombie style, that it literally is just an animated corpse. No soul or anything like that is needed. So the magic that's killed this thing probably would not work.
And then I also,
you know it wouldn't.
can I also realize with a nat 20 that he can't do that if we want to ask this corpse questions?
Oh, absolutely. And you know
Gonna
that you
interject.
can ask these corpse questions, but they just have to be willing.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently, I was rereading on that. They do say the corpse knows only what it knew in life, including the languages it knew. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are antagonistic toward it, or it recognizes you as an enemy. They don't say anything about whether or not it's willing, so,
Why? Straight up.
in Baldur's Gate, they just go like, this one doesn't want to talk, but that's just because they didn't want to make every single corpse speak to you. So the way it works in D&D is that it's also not limited on number of questions. It's just, you have 10 minutes to talk to it. But it also, if it hates you, it will just tell you to go fuck yourself.
Are you
So apparently-
interjecting?
Oh wait, no, it does say up to 5 questions. I missed that sentence. Yeah. So, but it doesn't say anything about whether or not it's willing. They just say that like if it hated you, it has no compulsion to be honest.
Well,
So
I
you
mean,
can literally answer with your mom for every question.
Right. But if we use like disguise self to like look like
can't.
a different cult member and then talk to it while it's dead, maybe that will trick it into being truthful. But it will speak regardless.
Are you okay?
Yeah. With the guy downstairs, first of all, I'm gonna interject and be like, wait, please don't mess with these bodies yet. We can still speak to them, even though they're dead, but you have to leave their corpses as they are for now, for us to be able to do that.
Well, I mean, we have 3. I could raise 2.
No, or we could talk to all of them first, real quick.
Okay, do you want to...
Not like right this second.
Okay. Who would we...
You know,
who would
soon.
we, like, disguise into? Like, one of the other dead ones? Wouldn't they
Right.
know the other
Yeah.
ones are dead because they watched?
Not the first one.
Okay, so we
The
need to
first
do
one?
it to the first
Won't
one.
know. Okay, so for the first one,
Apollo.
we could turn into
One
any of the other
second.
two.
Right.
For the one that was upstairs, we can turn into the one that was downstairs.
Okay, yeah.
And
then
then
the one
for the one that was downstairs, I think I can probably still just talk to him.
Yeah, probably.
He was talking to me.
Yeah, he was talking
Okay.
to you. Probably still talk to you. The one that was upstairs, he's probably still not gonna answer shit. But the one that was already dead might give us
That's-
a hint about where to find these halflings if we disguise as like the one that did like talking. He seemed pretty weird.
Yeah.
Esque.
I can
And
always speak with dead, so... Well, I mean, not always. It's a spell slot, but, like, it's always prepared because I'm a necromancer. So if we want to bust those out, we really can.
I say we do that next week though.
Yeah,
That was good.
I
Are we
say
gonna go here?
that should be one of the next things we do.
Yep.
But it's bedtime.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. Everyone
gang.
say bye to Twitch chat.
Bye Twitch. Bye
Bye.
chat.